last map. Going to be Liberation to close off this series. What other map would you want to see, honestly? This is going to come down to the gunfights. This is I'm favoring Endpoint, honestly.
Yeah, we discussed this earlier.
I said it before.
Yeah, that you're favoring Endpoint. I said logically it's Endpoint, but got to stick with my heart. London, as both teams looking to push, and it's quite a split coming in from London as they do start on their allies. Delete up, trying to go for that first frag, but both tag each other, but no frags just yet. Yeah,
Reflexor's actually got an MP40, so they donated him 2 coins to pick that up, and we haven't seen this basically all tournament, which would explain why he's in bottom green, and going to be scary if they try to peek in. They're not going to expect to be shredded by that gun, and meanwhile, the rest of his team's pushing A, so good bait coming out. Or pushing B, we do see Fake in Dark. He already has a kill and looking to pick up the second or stop the bomb from going down. Reflexor gets his first and going to up here into the second story. Fake does go down, so maybe this bomb can be planted safely as it is now starting to go down. Reflexor going to push up top and needs to close out this kill. Going to play it safely. Bomb still has not gone down as Daxon picks up Cinda. Regens, knows he's going to win that with full health and takes it. Replan playing up top and will peek this, is being spotted, but the bomb will go down. So a good round for London already. A 3 versus 2 for Endpoint.
Yeah, fantastic round. The fact that they get the bomb down and the fact that Reflex has still got the MP40, they need to get that out of his hands quick if they want to keep this retake. And they're going for something ambitious. A person coming out from mid. And that's going to be Zlatan. Can he stop it? He takes down Replan. The diffuser still not defusing. And almost takes down Mark. Almost. Not quite, as Reflexor will get the defuse. Keeps his MP40. Gets 2 kills. Extra tokens, but also London does do some damage and get that extra tokens from Bomb Plant. So maybe they could just half and go for a full by next round, or they could even go for a full by now.
Yeah, I really like that play of getting that SMG down in bottom green. If that was an A hit, I wouldn't be surprised if Reflexor got a plus 15 or something, just because it's going to beat every gun in every fight. You saw him regen at the bottom of the steps because he knew he wouldn't lose that on full health. And yeah, off that round, very strong economy already for Endpoint, as Replan has a scope second round, and the set nades are going to start to come out. He does not strafe across, as it is going to be an A hit, so he wasn't able to see that church. Not going to play it too aggressively, and Zlatan actually gets a kill onto Sind early on, so a second round nade coming out for him, and that's going to work as they're going to work through mid and try to take A. The leader just running straight through, and they're just taking it by storm. Replan gets the first kill with the scope, and the leader needs to find him. Is just going to reload and get into white here, but a lot of map control for London here. They're trying to peek him, but Replan is just too good. Picks up the 3rd kill of the round, and this scope is coming up huge here.
That scope investment definitely working in their favor, as Replan does get the 3 kills. And they desire giving this team a man advantage after what seemed like London. A great start from them.
Yeah, he's just playing such tight angles with the scope. It's not even an unscoped car, and he may get a second kill. Not something you want to peek, and he flicks right to him. Replan with 4 kills, looking to make it 5, as Latin's going to try to walk up towards this broken wall and maybe try to find him or get this bomb down, but Replan's just not giving them anything. Does get taken down by Fake in the back, so another big round for Endpoint. And not that it was a big investment, but they did get nades, they did get carbines, and they weren't able to get that bomb planted. So they're going to kind of have to force up, maybe get some Thompsons, some smokes, maybe a nade here or there with the carbines. But a huge play from Replan, able to donate to the rest of his team there with all that money. Yeah,
a huge play from him and doing so much damage. And I was like thinking, oh, Delete is playing this perfect. Right. Pushing up forward, keeping that pressure onto the Endpoint guys. The only person which I saw do that type of thing was CosJ back in the day. He was so good on this map, just playing the angles and putting on the pressure. But it was not to see as Replan just destroys, and now it's Fake's turn with the MP40, but he's only good for 2. The damage has already been done.
Endpoint just playing this so smoothly so far. Obviously only 2 rounds in, but they're not even getting into gunfights. They're just killing players before they see them. Max Strafe, the last one alive in a 1v4. On the other side of White Box does flick to the head of Cinda, so is able to get a frag of his own. There's a nade straight up, but there's no one on B. All these Endpoint players are pretty spread out, but bomb's down on site, so he's going to have to make a move if he wants to get a kill or get this bomb down. Maybe going to check market, and whoever's there, I think that's Mark, is just under his scope, going to look up and find that kill. So it's going to be probably the first real buy for London Esports coming out this next round, and it's going to have to be something big, as Endpoint, we've only been in this match for a few minutes here, and they're already up 3-0, and it's pretty convincing so far.
Yeah, especially just Replan, man, with that scope. He is dangerous to look at, and the rest of them just, wow. I'm lost for words.
Yeah.
I expected Endpoint to come in here just to show a little bit of dominance in this final map, but not that much. Just turn it down a little bit, Replan. I want London to win.
Yeah, London's been doing something a little differently here, and that just seems to be playing maybe a little more timid or less confident, as Reflexer does see them all coming out and not able to find either of those kills as Zuma and Zlatan help him out. So they should be able to get onto this B site, and there's no retake nades for Endpoint. So the first buy round really coming out big for London, as they are going to plant kind of in an off spot, not something that's easily wall bangable, as Replan is getting tagged through it. And P-Diz, Mark Corner, actually does get on the site and finds his first kill, finds the second onto the leader.
Amazing shots from Mark, and then now it's Azuma's turn to do exactly the same thing back. Maybe it's Cinders, but it's actually Daxton who finished things off. So they managed to get the first round, slowing down Endpoint, but Endpoint's still got some tokens on it. Look at Mark, 6 tokens. Yeah, Replan has 5, so they can donate to Reflex and Fake if they want to just share, but they could also go for a half buy, which they are known to do, and
I would favor that, honestly, here. Yeah. Just kind of save up, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. We see Gavers and Smokes coming out. Maybe just save so Replan can get back on that smoke. And London Esports, they just, you think if Reflexer maybe wins his gunfight there, be long, that's a different round, but they don't. Yeah, they just trade off each other, and London Esports get on the board. Endpoint now playing it very aggressively. Pete is able to come through, but the set nades are coming out, so they're delayed to peek that. And Fake and Replan trying to get some kills, evening this out at 3-3 on their save round. So doing some economy damage already, and sitting on site there is Fake and Dark. I think they know that A site's clear, and Replan may be keen to it. He might start walking over that way. It's really slowed down here, and it's kind of one of those goofy rounds where the eco's down, everyone's kind of aggressively pushed up, and then they start to fall back. So kind of up to Replan to sniff this out, and if he peeks too aggressively, he may pay for it, and actually wins the gunfight onto the leader. Needs to win that one, as Daxton's here with the scope to try to trade it off, but Endpoint winning this eco round so far. 50 seconds left, and not sure where they want to go. They're still kind of split, and Endpoint's kind of staying clustered, just leaving Fake in that dark corner on B, and should be good for at least 1 kill.
Yeah, the rest of the 2 players are like playing in like a rotation sort of setup. Just like if they do go to B, they can go there quickly. If they go to A, they can get there quickly.
Right. And it's been called. I think they're rotating. I think they know that it's a B just based on the lack of information from other parts of the map. So
yeah, and the lack of time as well.
Max Strafe does have a smoke and a nade here. Not sure what he's going to smoke. Maybe throw one straight up to kill Fake, but they need to do something as time is ticking down, and they do not have the numbers advantage. They both smoke. They don't really smoke off Arch, and they're not in the best position here as Max Strafe is getting taken low, and they're trying to peek each other. Gets the headshot onto Replan, so now a 2v2 situation. Fake still is in that dark barn and gets the kill onto Daxton. Not enough time left, and Max Strafe is left alone. Going to try to at least find 1 kill, and he does. Maybe spray up top, but Reflex are staying alive. Not with a kill for him at all, but just, staying alive winning the round. And that's an eco.
An eco buy, and they managed to beat a stacked London lineup. And in good fashion, they went aggressive at the start, gained those frags, and then they pulled back very, very valiantly. Yeah. And then, like I said, they had those 2 players rotating, and as soon as they realized, oh, there's lack of time, they haven't crossed mid, let's go back towards B, and they went back to B at the right time.
And it looks like London are really just kind of committing to this B. They're not really showing too much map presence otherwise. Replan playing with his car and actually misses the shot, throws the nade straight up after, and Fake is able to posture up here on B long. Smoke comes out, so they know that he's close, and he's just going to kind of sit here. London Esports maybe going to work back after these smokes come out, but that being said, the rest of Endpoint are able to get into kind of aggressive spots, or at least favorable positions when the gunfights do happen. But a slower round from London here.
Much slower. They're just trying to get some of this B control, and then they're getting some presence on the rest of the map. But at the moment, they haven't found any Endpoint players, and Endpoint hasn't found any London players. They're just smoking out sections, just delaying time because they want time to fall like last round.
Yeah, Fake staying alive. He was up at long, and it's interesting to see how he works back to dark every round and just stays alive, because it's such an important spot. You can't really plant the bomb while someone's in there. They can always, spray through the smoke or spray wherever they need to go, and Reflex sees that smoke come out, immediately throws a nade of his own up in the air and gets the kill onto Max Strafe. Funny to see it happen in real time. Meanwhile, Replan's holding the corner, gets the kill onto Daxton as he tries to cross, knows that there's one still close left, and takes the gunfight, wins that. The leader's the last alive on site, and gets the flick actually onto Zlatan. The leader's on the other side of the map in mid and has a lot of work. 20 seconds left, and he has to try to get on site with the bomb, but once again, Fake is still in dark, and there's a player in Arch. Just not working out for London Esports here. They need to take their time out, regardless if it's early in the game here. Endpoint has such momentum. Replan with a 3K, and checking the scoreboard here, I wouldn't be surprised if he already has 10 kills or 9, almost up at 10. And It just doesn't seem like they're really struggling all that much in this game. There was that one round where London was able to push B, and that's just because Reflexer went down early, but it looks like they have taken that time out. London Esports may be calming their nerves a little bit, reevaluating what they've been doing and what's going on, and I'd say maybe try to take some mid presence or try to go over towards A, flood into that green building, but just stay away from B for now because it's not happening.
Yeah, the B's just not happening, and I don't know if it's I think it's partly because they have been dying quite early on in other areas of the map, as well as on B itself. Before they even get onto the site or throw their smokes, they're already falling by nades or someone pushing in another part of the map. So they need to try and wait for the pushes, or maybe just look for the nades. Maybe try and get Endpoint to waste nades by showing some presence and running away, just to make them use this utility, because look how much utility Endpoint has at this point. Has a lot of utility, especially on this map where there's just so many corners, like I've mentioned in the past, that you can just use those nades so effectively and use those smokes to block out complete areas of the map.
Yeah, you would think London has a nade for Dark maybe to get Fake out of there, as he has been playing it, but Fake's also been kind of moving around, and it looks like it's actually going to be just a full B hit. Maybe this time they won't delay as much. Azuma's going to have to run back to get the bomb, but the smoke's out Ivy, and you have to imagine the Endpoint's probably going to win this round because they have been already. Fake playing at the B long position, going to miss some of that spray and rotate back, and London didn't get enough ground gain that the smokes are coming out, and they're going to have to fall back. Now they're kind of pinched in on this side of the map. Zlatan's got to win this gunfight, but no one is showing anything for him to shoot at, and 30 seconds are gone in this round. Max Strafe does get the opening kill onto Reflex, so a huge kill for him to get, and maybe now they can entry onto site, but Fake's just playing in this kind of off angle, maybe going to walk through or walk into Zlatan if he's not careful.
He's having trouble trying to find the route.
I think when this smoke fades, Zlatan's going to be the first to see him. They're both kind of sitting on the other sides of it. He's going to fade and flick to him. No, doesn't get it. Fake finds him first. Looks for the second and does get it onto Max Strafe. Gets hit from long. Going to strafe out and look for one of these kills. Playing it so patiently. Just waiting for his teammate Upper to help him. And just such smart play coming out for Fake. Sitting at 9-4. Gets the third kill to round onto the leader. Knows there's another run around him. Looking for the fourth, but he cannot get it. Azuma does shut it down, but now stuck in a 2v3. There's only 30 seconds left here. Oh, London are struggling to get on to B.
And nothing they seem to do is work when you just have a player like Fake just step up massively in such a difficult scenario. You would think, oh, Zlatan was seen first, but no. Then he managed to get the second kill, but now things are just switched over as Daxton's got 2 headshots with the carbine, leaving Replan alone. But
Replan!
No time! Oh, what a turn of offense, Tom.
Oh, that hurts for London. Daxton with the 2 headshots opening up, and Replan shoots 2 bullets through the smoke. They both connect, and he stops that plant coming out. And London just took so long that Daxton has no time to react to that. They took a minute and 40 seconds to get on the site and plant it, and it doesn't work out. That's after their pause as well.
Oh, but like you see Fake, he did an amazing job, and he was like, oh, it's over. And then Daxton, straight back, 2 headshots, back in the game. Replan just behind smoke, nothing he can do, but then he kills the planter.
It's just not enough for London here.
Not enough time, and things are looking a little bit precarious as game is frozen, and we have a disconnect.
Yeah, disconnect from London Esports, and I actually haven't seen a game is frozen before.
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah, while I was playing Pugs one time with Zlatan, he paused the game for me, and then unpaused it, and I was the one to cricket to react after the unpause. So we won that Pug.
Well, there you have it. So how does this work? The game is frozen. Once he reconnects, are they gonna have to start from a 4v5? Are they gonna redo the round? How's it happen?
I can honestly I can't tell you how this happens because I'm not too familiar with the admin tools that is available currently. Because I remember in the past, you can't really do much when someone disconnects.
Right.
They can disconnect, reconnect.
Look at this player.
And they won't be able to have their coins back or have anything because we didn't have the information stored. But maybe things have changed. I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, Joe's here. Maybe he's who's it that disconnected? Was it Daxton, I believe?
It seems like it has been Daxton. Maybe he got angry.
Yeah, so upset that he's so close to winning that last round. He just couldn't pull it off. Maybe just unplug the whole computer, start packing his bags and going home.
Yeah, and the thing is, Daxton was the one which survived, so he would have had weapons and some utility to bring over into this next round. So out of all the players that you want disconnected in this round, you don't want Daxton.
Yeah. Well, we are going to just kind of hang out, maybe take a quick break until we see this last player is going to get back in the round. And shouldn't be too long. It's just a disconnect. We do have plenty of computers here as there's only a few teams still playing. So just a short break, stick around, and we will be live as soon as that last player reconnects. We're back.
Yeah.
Just like that. We
Just
jumped
like
straight
that.
back into it. Game was unfrozen, and we're gonna check the scoreboard. Everyone is reset. I think I'm not sure if the devs helped, but everyone has the same guns and the same amount of coins. They did some screenshots and things like that to make sure this was even. So we're just gonna jump right back into it. London Esports is gonna take advantage of that, but Reflexer with a nice spray through the wall. Bomb is picked back up, and they're gonna plant again, and they're just coming out quickly here. Bomb down only 20 seconds into the round, and Replan finds a kill of his own. London do have the bomb down, but now stuck in a 3v4. And Replan with another no-scope on a Max Strafe. He has come back from this, ready to play. The leader stuck in dark with his teammate Azuma in the back yellow position. The leader trying to spray through that, can't quite find anything. He's going to run out and try to get through, but Fake's not. Oh my god, they are just going down. I thought that break might be good for London Esports, and it looked like it for a second, but
Yeah,
Endpoint still strong.
Yeah, Endpoint is still strong, and it looked like a great promise. Yeah, Max Strafe get the opening frag, you got the bomb planted, everything's going up Millhouse, and then Replan happened.
Yeah, it's got to be frustrating for London. You get the bomb down, and if you entry and get it, you do your job. You get the entry frag and get the bomb. You just need to play a post plant, but I understand why he came out of dark there. He's getting squeezed from all the angles, but it's just not the play with no smokes up. So I don't want to say it, fellas.
No.
I feel like you guys might get mad at me over there in the Twitch chat, but we are paused.
This isn't a great sign, is it?
We don't have a game frozen yet. If we check, I think everyone's still connected. Max Strafe is moving around. Is there anyone not moving around right now, Dark? Can you give me a little cycle through the players? Zlatan not moving. Syndid not moving. Replan not moving. Diz not moving. Fake not moving. Reflexer not moving either. Synda's still not. We already saw him. Max Strafe is, so he's still in the lobby. We do have...
So maybe it's an Endpoint pause.
Could be Endpoint.
Like Daxon's not moving. That's scary since Daxon was the one that crashed already.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't affecting London Esports too much. Endpoint obviously had the advantage before the break, and they're coming back into it. It just feels bad for London Esports. It looks like they needed to get their momentum going, and having this happen is not really conducive to a win going. We're seeing them struggle to get on the site, but whatever it was, it looked like it was maybe just a minor issue as we are going to unpause, and London really need to get on the board. They are playing for their life in the upper bracket here. If they lose, they will drop and play the winner of Section 1 versus Leisure, and Zlatan's starting it off well, getting a nade kill onto Synda.
That's the start that you need, and Azuma also chiming in for one, taking down Fake, who was in chat saying, we'll be starting in a few minutes. That was fake news, I'll tell you that. I had to rehash my joke. I had to.
For anyone that didn't see it. And Reflected on the edge of the smoke, now able to get a +10 through it. Daxton and the leader both going down at the same time. Looks like they were going to try to establish a mid-control, while Endpoint are going to have to hustle if they're going all the way through A, as London do have 2 players on B, and Bomb is going to actually work its way. They may clear stairs and go all the way to A here. It's going to be up to Replan, and he's done it before, but I don't think he's going to be checking his back anytime soon as he's looking at that angle upward. But since they were crouching under it, maybe going to sees one jump, and we'll get the kill onto Zlatan. Unfortunate timing, and Azuma should be able to get this kill. Not expecting him to be there, and he does, but now left alone with 40 seconds left. They know where he is at least. He's going to try to run down these stairs and still needs to get that bomb down on B site. Strange play and well done from Reflexer there to stop that mid-control. Replan getting a much-needed kill before there's a 2-man advantage up there. But Azuma, 25 seconds left, going to throw a nade straight up in the air and try to come through mid, but Reflexer is there, and 3 kills on the round for him. It's not looking good for London Esports at all.
It's not looking good. Endpoint looking strong as ever.
They had 2 opening picks, Zlatan with the nade kill, and then they just kind of try to walk on the other side of that smoke mid, and Reflexer just kind of sees them both. Maybe unfortunate timing, but
it also seemed like they had the great idea where Replan was. So you saw them crouch underneath the jump spot, and then they switched tones very quickly, realizing, oh, we need to plant.
Right.
And they just ran back, and that just allowed Replan to get in.
And it looks like they're going to try to take mid-control again, as it did almost work, and I don't think Reflexer is going to be over there to hold it. He's actually playing in dark this time, so London may have some success if they're going to try to run through these smokes into lane, and I think they may be hurt as Synda is here just playing on the edge of it, waiting for someone to run through. They do know that they're there, and I think Endpoint are reading this pretty well. They know exactly what is happening. They just need to get the kills as Daxon is taken low. Mark gets a kill of his own onto Max Strafe, and Synda going to walk around, finds up Daxton. Reflexer as well, and London just can't buy a kill if they wanted to here.
Zlatan the last one remaining. He does manage to at least get 1 kill. There's not really much else he can do in this situation. He does try and get another one, but runs out of bullets, and he finally gets pushed, but still somehow keeps his life. And he still has the bomb, so he could try and do something.
Zlatan doing everything in his ability to keep his team in this game. Did spot one there close at the spawn wall, and maybe going to try to peek it. Doesn't see someone that's posted up right on top of him, and I'm not sure why that kill hasn't happened yet, but Reflexer does wind up getting it. And I think he's had at least 2 kills almost every round. The scoreboard's not meaning much just because we did reconnect and it was reset, but in the 3 rounds we've seen, Reflexer putting up 7, and some of these players just look like they're not quite loading back into the map yet for London. As I was saying, it's a momentum-based game, and for kind of the emotional team that London is, you need that momentum in your favor, and they needed to bring something back together. Maybe in that round, if they hadn't seen a technical difficulty, they would have been there, but it's just not happening as we are watching Replan do that signature jump over the wall, see if he can maybe pick up an early pick onto B site as someone drops down, but gets the tag, a nice shot. Immediately throws the nade up in the air as gets taken down low again. Reflexer there to push with him. And Fake on the other end, maybe going to bait out some shots. On the other end of the map, Max Strafe picks out Cinda.
Now things have frozen as London still trying to find an opening, but Endpoint's defense on B just looks stronger each time they try and tackle it. However, bomb is still towards A site, and there is one player there. That's going to be Mark.
Yeah, Zlatan's still kind of just holding back A, not going to let any lurks happen and see if anyone gets fishy and tries to flank all the way through A, but there's no reason for Mark to do that since none of his teammates have died on B. Fake just playing it very smart, prone to under the scope of Daxon here. Should have heard that nade come out. Replin with another kill, and they're just peeking into the scope, who has been on fire basically the entire day. Fake does stand up at the perfect timing and is going to strafe back through that smoke and not get picked up by the player long, which was the leader. Meanwhile, Zlatan still trying to work up middle here. Or actually in top green, and does get the headshot onto Mark. And another one on the Reflexers. Zlatan doing everything he can to keep London in this game. Will get a free plant over here onto A as the leader rotates around, and a really good play from him. They certainly want to get 3 rounds in this half, so they must win this.
They have to win this round if they want to try and get as far as they can. But with Fake coming up behind, this is looking slightly scary. Luckily, Delita is holding that angle, and Fake doesn't look like he's sticking it. Now he does, but Delita's got the superior weapon for that situation. It's all up to Replan. And yeah, he's actually going for this.
Pretty confident play here coming out from Replan. Knows exactly where both of them are. Going to try to strafe onto site and gives up a scope. They have some money, so he can't be too... Actually, they don't. Oh. They have no money, so maybe a little impatient or a little cocky coming out from Replan, but they are up 9-2. It's a... I think it's an Axis-sided map, but we can definitely see teams run away with it on Allies. So Endpoint, if they win the Eco, will be close to match point already and set point moving into the grand finals. But not going to count out London Esports yet, as we did see close to what was a big comeback earlier.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they can start rolling up the rounds, especially since now they've got the superior utility. They can use that utility to get onto that B site. But look at Endpoint, they're going for a strong push. They get the first frags as well. Replan with 2, Reflexer chiming 1 for his home, and there's no refrags until now. Ooh, it's just painful to watch at this point for London.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like the same team that we watched play on Derail at all.
On Derail, they made it very, very competitive, looking like the superior team for most of it. And here, they're looking sloppy and they're looking quite slow.
Max J for the nade straight up in the air. Maybe going to be able to clear Dark, and he does. So a good nade and really well played, but Reflexer picks him up as he tries to rotate back. And now Daxon left alone in a 1 versus 3. Does have some time left and going to try to shoulder peek this and bait something out, but can't win the fight. And man, Reflexer coming up with 3 on that round. Replan winning the gunfight solo against 2 on B long, and not that it doesn't look like Endpoint's trying, but they don't really have to at this point. It's 10-2 going into the second half.
But are we really going to the second half?
I think so. Oh, no, huh?
Fixing one issue causes a new issue, apparently.
Luckily, very luckily, we do have, devs on hand. Yeah. Changing to Oh, we're going to change maps here. Okay, so.
They have to put the scores set.
Yeah, so basically, it's 10-2. Endpoint is up, if you're still keeping with me here. I'm writing it down on a piece of paper because I get a bit confused. LDN has 2 rounds. So in Battalion, you need 13 to win, which means 13 minus 10. Endpoint needs 3. I'm going to switch the cameras here while we get this stuff set up. And you look at me at Kaiser, just kind of hanging out. We've been sitting here for a while waiting for this game to finish. It's probably been one of the longest matches of the day.
It's definitely been some of the longest matches. Probably the one which equal to it is probably the Avenue game, just because of the amount of breaks they took.
Right. Yeah.
And then, of course, previous to that is another Avenue game because of the server issues.
Right. Long games.
It's long games.
Long games, long day. It is just about 11 o'clock in UK
Feel bad
time.
for Mitch and Dean.
Yeah, they are, not sure if I've mentioned it yet, but they still have a best of 3 to cover after this. The loser of this is going to drop down to the loser bracket finals and play again right after this. And I'm imagining if it's London, who it looks like it may be right now, don't want to count them out yet, but whoever it is, this is a lot of games to play today. And having to go this late into the night, and then if you win, wake up tomorrow and play a best of 5, definitely exhausting. So kind of just fighting just to not have to play again. That's got to be a big influencer as well. It's just, I want to go home and get some rest.
Exactly. Especially since if you do win, you have that advantage going into the finals. That advantage helps you a lot in that best of 5. That takes one map straight out of the equation. You winning by default, and then you have to focus on going back to make it 1-1 and then winning 2 more. Yeah,
it essentially turns it into a best of 3 for you. And we obviously have seen teams come from the loser bracket and, beat that 1-game map deficit, but I don't see it happening here in a best of 5. The team that makes it to the finals, I feel like, is going to, whoever makes it out from this match is probably going to win it. But tomorrow is a new day, so we will see what happens. We are kind of switching the score on the map to see what's going on. And I wanted to give you guys an update on the Sector 1 versus Leisure game, but I don't think it's quite finished yet. I think they were doing the vetoes maybe about 10-15 minutes ago, so it will be underway, and make sure to just keep checking in with that bracket to get an update. But I think by the time Mitch and Dean are on here for the finals, they will be finished, or they'll have to be since they'll be playing in it, right?
Yes.
It'll be one of those teams. We'll have a good series coming up anyways, and it looks like the scores may be a little messed up there at the top. London Esports only has 2 rounds, while Endpoint has 10. Dark's giving me some whip over there. Maybe not too happy with my comments, but that's just how it goes. And Endpoint only needs 3 rounds to close out this game.
Dark has fixed it very quickly. That's good.
What a fun guy. What a cool dude. Mark getting the first kill onto Azuma, and Daxton playing in that Dark, going to be able to shut it down for at least a little bit, as looks like Endpoint are trying to take B. Mark on the other side of the map going to try to flank maybe, or just at least wait for the lurk as the leader goes back up top. Bomb is tapped, and he runs straight back into yellow. He was fast on that. He's already all the way back, and they could be rotating off as Mark's going to hold down this mid position. They're doubled up upper. They have 1 in dark, and there's 1 still playing over towards A as Endpoint are starting to converge in yellow and try to come through. Daxton just needs to stay alive here. He does not need to peek anything. He just needs to stay up. There's no smokes, actually, for Endpoint, so this is really favoring London Esports. They just need to play it smart and not get baited once that bomb is tapped once again.
Yeah, they just have to mostly win those aim tools, work as a team to win them. And now Daxton's going to get tested, and he doesn't even get 1 kill. He needed to get that 1 to help his team. But now it's all on to delete, and he does stop the planter before his teammate falls. And he's alone now in Evan.
Replan's so scary playing there. Obviously gets the first headshot, and Sin is able to push him as he knows he's lit. Max Strafe now stuck in a 1v3. He is spotted out, and Bomb is going to start to be planted. They kind of rotate around, so he's not able to get that planter. He gets the headshot, but it's not enough, and Endpoint up 11-2. Oh, it's hard. It's really hard for London Esports. They need to, win 10 in a row here if they want to get to match point. Endpoint needs to win 1 to get to match point and go on to the grand finals. And this is about money right now. This is kind of securing how much you're going to go home with at the bare minimum.
Yeah, and everyone wants the largest slice of that 10K. You don't want to go home with the less slice and feel a little bit less like a champion, because you want to be a champion. That's the main thing. Most of these players don't really care about the money. The money obviously helps. It's about winning, and Fake, he wants to win. He gets a third kill. Massive from him. Question is, can he carry that over? He's such a great entry fragger in this map.
Replan with the 1 tap onto Max Strafe. Azuma taken low, and Mark's able to clean that up. We are on match point. Winner of this game will move on to the upper bracket finals, or actually the grand finals.
It's the grand finals.
With a 1 game advantage.
Yeah.
Huge for Endpoint here.
huge, and I will never hear the day of it from Mitch.
You know, it happens.
It happens, you know. And London did a fantastic fight on the first map. Equally a good fight on the second, a little bit less, but this has been a slaughter for them, and it's just been full of technical issues, which of course doesn't help the situation.
Lots of heart in this team, though. We'll see if they can string together 10 rounds in a row to bring it back for the tie. Fake able to get his kill, but Max straight from the middle of the map finds his, so they are at the advantage 4-3 here. Fake going to try to do what he's been doing in this yellow and B site, getting some entry kills, but they're going to have to get Daxton off of upper. Kind of shooting at a dead body there. Once again, for good measure, the double tap. Oh, Zuma, I didn't think he was going to find it, but he does get rep land, which means he does have the scope now. Fake able to ward him off here just a little bit as the smokes come out. And he may be able to get on site if he wants to, but not quite. The bomb is down, and Cinda left in a rough spot. They already backing off upper. They know he's going to do something crazy, maybe going to walk through the smoke or spray through it at the very least.
79 bullets. He needs to be a little bit more conservative. Switches to the carbine, but he will lose that duel to Daxton. And London will fight for another day as they get their third round. And at this point, they just have to focus on one round at a time if they do want to make this comeback happen and make it into overtime. What a story that would be if they do make that.
And they can. We've seen glimpses of hope, and I think before it's one round at a time, it's one gunfight at a time.
Yeah.
Just keep your eyes on your screen and win the battles that you get into. Hopefully your IGL is calling enough, or your game sense is good enough, and we've seen it. It is. They can take maps off any of these teams, so maybe we'll see a comeback start to form, but Endpoint just have so much room to play with if they start running into problems on either of these sites, and they want to close this out. We do see a forced buy as Replan just snapping to the head of Max Strafe as we zoom over to him. Zlatan not able to push through that and get the kill onto him, which means Endpoint do have the man advantage, and Replan's already in top green.
Let's see,
another
kill. He's been so on fire on this map. Too bad we can't see the full score, but he has. And Zlatan, he's been also a name which we've said so frequently. He's been the one which has so much heart, trying to put so much fight into this, but he's looking the wrong way. And of course, it's Replan who gets that frag.
He gets tagged there, I believe, by the bolt of the leader, but with the wreaking havoc here in the middle of the map, Replan's going to call that A's open. The leader is underneath him. I think kills him before he hits the ground, and they're going to try to get over to site. They're going to smoke it off, so they will get here safely. The leader's going to walk around back with that car. Would love to see him do a silent climb up in the green as they know he's there, but he's going to take the long way and hopefully get a flank as Fake is going to stick the plant. And now 49 seconds, London Esports, upper bracket life on the line.
And it's all on to Delita, really. He's in the best position to try and get some of these players, and he's looking to get onto the site. The question is, where will Fake look? And he reloads. That's a great fake.
Maybe baits it out there. He reloads, knows his teammate's coming, and now Reflexer has to get at least one of these. Is spotted out, and the bomb stops defusing. And he should know by now. Tries to peek each side, but Daxton coming up big, and London just fighting for it. Huge round from Daxton.
That big brain play low from Delita.
The reload, get Fake looking one way, so Daxton can come in the other. Delita, that was very good.
Yeah, just like to confirm, he's definitely going to look here if he hears the reload, and he looks over, and great time. That is great teamwork.
On top of that, though, that was a save or kind of a half buy from Endpoint, so they are pretty rich. Replan does have 9 kois and just buys up the scope here. A pretty big investment with Garans and Thompsons across the board. Looking to close this out, maybe slow it down. I think they're maybe going to try a default as they have been playing a little strangely the past couple rounds, not doing what they have been doing well. So hopefully they can figure out and just hammer this out the last round and get it over with. But we're going to see Zlatan playing long, and he's pairing up with Daxton, so they get that kill on the Fake. Meanwhile, Reflex are walking through mid, and it just seems like someone's been able to get through mid the entire team. Azuma with his gun barrel inside of Mark finds the frag over on A, and lots of team damage happening from this dark to tank window.
Yeah, they seem a little bit antsy, and of course you're going to be antsy with a scoreline like 12-4. But now they do have a man advantage. And Zlatan looking to increase that advantage, going very aggressive underneath Cinder. And he's been unspotted. He's going to keep on walking. This is so dangerous, so risky. But he's going to pay off as he will get the frag onto Replan. But Cinder's there straight away to make sure that the gap of the advantage isn't too large.
A good 1-for-1 trade there.
Yeah.
It essentially splits them up and knows what they wanted to do. We still do see Azuma over there on the A site. He's got the car in the MP40. Senda doing his best to try to get any type of pick here. Only 30 seconds left, and they're holding pretty tight angles here on the side of London Esports. Not sure what Reflexer's doing with the bomb. Maybe going to try to run all the way back. I don't think they're going to save here, right? They go for B.
And it looks like they are heading towards that B site. I think the lead's just spoiled both of them now. That's going to be a telltale sign. Surely, I think it's Azuma has to move at this point.
Reflexer saving.
Movement. Yeah, it looks like they're saving after being spotted out. No time left.
And probably a smart play, as he does have the scope there, even has his Thompson out, so he doesn't, lose it on death. But another good round for London, and they're starting to gain some momentum. Their economy's building, and this is exactly what they need to do. I think they can definitely keep it together. It's just that they're already on match point. Is it too tall of a hill to climb?
It is a very, very tall hill to climb, and most skilled hill climbers would have given up at this point, or they would have got frostbite, fallen off. It's like climbing Mount Everest, this hill. But
beating Endpoint at a disadvantage.
But if you're gonna do anything, you have to do it as a team. That's how you climb Mount Everest. And right now, London are doing that and having the individual stepping up like Zlatan with a nice double kill.
Yeah, Zlatan's really not giving up quite yet. We've seen him just since the reconnect, and he's been fragging left and right, getting some clutch kills, and is taken low by Replan there, who does find the angle on him. So the smoke up on Replan could smoke off upper, and they could get control of this site. Mark maybe going to bait and try to see if anyone's here in yellow still, but the smoke actually comes out for Arches. Kind of just would rather take the... Oh, no, they have a smoke for upper as well. And that plant's going to go down. Still a nade on Replan. The wall bangs are not quite going to come through, as Replan still has his life, and Mark's waiting for someone to run through that smoke on stairs, which we've seen so many times so far, but a 4v3 retake for London Esports definitely doable, but we need to see them start making moves. Mark is just going to get off site and kind of cause havoc before they're able to get to the bomb, so he's just winning. He's going to win this gunfight on Azuma, and now it's a 3 versus 2. Really well done here from Mark, and not going to go down from Daxton, and looking really hard here for London Esports.
Yeah, and it's looking near impossible. The hill's just got a lot steeper. They're trying to get to the peak, but they just can't seem to reach it, as Daxton is alone, and he tried his best, but his best is not enough, as Endpoint are your